Hello, everybody. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Palmer's Cardinals going up against Ryan's Falcons.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Now the veteran kicker, Phil Dawson, ready to get us started. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second down following the run. Here's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Right on the 30-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now it's Ryan. Connects with Sanu right side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Now that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. The Pro Bowler Patrick Peterson back deep for Arizona. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front, creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. He won't go down. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Falcons taking over on offense in just a second, and, you know, this year ended in disappointing fashion. Now, last year was the ultimate version of heartbreak, but if you're a Falcon fan, was this one was tough to swallow as well, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because let's be honest about it. Losing in the Super Bowl, I don't care how you lose, you were in the Super Bowl. You were playing for it all. This team was supposed to be as good or better. Ultimately ended up 10-6, found their way in the playoffs, but didn't get the deep run as they had the year before. So you're exactly right. For Falcons fans, that's a tough one. But this is a team that's built to be good for a long time.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Now Ryan. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So the defense gets the pick. The offense, Charles, they go backwards, but they do get 3 points.
Very happy to get the 3, but you know who's happier? The defensive team on the other side. They shut them down after the turnover.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here comes Arizona's offense back onto the field. Earlier we were talking about the quarterback position, a big decision coming up on that spot. But, you know, Cardinal fans and fantasy football owners, I guess, so disappointed when David Johnson went down in the opener with a fractured wrist, wound up missing the season. That kind of got overlooked in 2017.
It certainly did, and it was the first big domino in why the Cardinals didn't really make a run at the playoffs this year, because of David Johnson's ability to run it and catch it and initiate all the offense that the Cardinals wanted to run. The defense still held up. Calais Campbell went to Jacksonville. The defense was still 6th in the league, but offensively, we're not nearly the same team.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. Underneath for Johnson. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. The two old workhorses, Palmer and Fitzgerald, connecting there for a Cardinal first. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Here comes the D swarming to the line. for Johnson. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back right there at the 43. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Palmer to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now Palmer on 3rd and long. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Flushed out right. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man. It's good to be the kicker for the top offense in the NFL, and Matt Bryant was that in 2016. Led the league in scoring with 158 points, but boy, does Atlanta find him valuable. So dependable and clutch.
And he's been valuable in this league for a while. Hard to believe he's been around since 2002. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
In motion comes the tight end left. Again, it's Johnson. And he's got room. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And Palmer gives to Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Palmer. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. On 3rd down, Palmer. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. He showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brooks Reed in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now it's Palmer. And now this one's intercepted. A third interception for Palmer. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. After the interception, here's Ryan. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, here's Palmer. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Johnson the intended target, and that'll make it third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw on third down, Palmer. He gets it to Brown, complete. A gain of 32 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Bleedy Ray Wilson. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they start the second half with Johnson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. In motion right is John Brown. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. And now a first down following that long gain. Left. Palmer gives to Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the...
In motion goes the tight end. On second down, Johnson. And as a result, the drive continues.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most.
Red zone here. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And the tight end goes in motion left. They pitch it out to Johnson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. The busy night continues for Johnson. And he's got this one down to the 10. Call it an 8-yard pickup, but it'll be third down.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
John Brown, the man in motion right. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. And Dawson's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone, costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. On first down, Ryan. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Okay, we got a second. So Super Bowl talk. I need your score, the final score, and your MVP between the Eagles and the Patriots.
Wow, putting me on the spot here early,
You better believe it.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with 35-34 final.
Okay.
Fly, Eagles, fly in an upset. They get it done. And my MVP, Jay Ajayi.
Jay Ajayi, big game for him on the ground?
Big game for him on the ground, and he'll actually catch a swing pass and take it about 70 as well.
Is that going to be for the game winner? That's a really bold call.
No, he's going to get that one done early. The game winner will be a missed field goal by Steven Gostkowski of the Patriots, trying to win it for them on the last drive by Brady.
There you go. You heard it here first. The Falcons on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Ryan to throw. Here's Sanu on the catch. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he is out of bounds just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Hey, let's go.
They toss to Freeman. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Ryan. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. A Falcon first down. Ryan to his young tight end, Hooper. Fresh set of downs here. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Now it's Palmer.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
A gain of 8 and a first down. Here's Palmer. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll send the tight end in motion left. On the ground, this is Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Johnson, and this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. In motion comes the tight end left. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. A toss, left side, Johnson. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they're doing.
They'll run it with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game. They want to keep it going.
Now Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one good for 12 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
And the tight end goes in motion left. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They only need a field goal. Obviously the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time, because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
He's back to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The Falcons on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And the Falcons are going to get a first.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
And finding the tight end, Hooper. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So it's all up to the other Matty Ice. Matt Bryant now. This from Tom Dempsey range here. Does he have the distance? He does. It's good. My goodness, he hits it from the parking lot as time expires. And the Falcons are going to win the game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.